Hey, folks. So today we're going to talk about basically how our government officials and all of those whiny little sacks of shit going to the WEF to Davos for their meeting are just hypocrites. So I'm going to get into that and little bit more on today's episode. I'm Laoch, and this is Laoch's When the Hammer Drops. All right, folks. So let's just dive right into this and let's call these politicians and all those little sacks of shits that are over in Davos right now. Al Gore, Tony Blair, Klaus Schwab, all of them. Because let's face facts. All these fuckers, okay, they preach and they whine about and they get all mad about global warming, right? And you know why they're so hypocritical? You know why they're hypocrites, folks? Let me tell you why they're hypocrites. 93% of the people that actually went to Davos, they took a private jet. 93% of them took a private jet to get there. Now, if they're so fucking worried about global warming and all of this crap that they're trying, this green agenda that they're trying to push down our throats all over the world, then why didn't they zoom into this meeting? Why do they have to take a private jet? Now, all these private jets that went in there, I mean, you're talking the equivalent of over 350,000 cars. Yeah. It's staggering numbers, folks. But that's what's going on. And that's why they're hypocrites. They don't give a shit about global warming or anything like that, because it's honestly, I mean, there's been reports that the ozone layer is actually been repairing itself. Al Gore was going off on a tangent about some craziness and he was getting red in the face about it. It's like, dude, fucking chill out, Al. You know, just because you are a failed politician and you just want to continually jam down our throats this whole green agenda just so you can get your way, fuck off. We don't need it. We don't want it. Okay? That's just the way it is. All this whole green agenda is, and I've said it before, and all they want to do with it is take control. Come on, folks. When are you fucking people going to wake up and actually realize, and I'm not trying to insult my listeners, but I hope that with this episode, or any of my episodes, you go to and you talk about it to other people, and you was like, wait a minute. When they start talking dumb shit, when people start talking dumb shit, you'll be like, whoa, I remember hearing about this over on this show, and I did my research, and it was all factual. You know, it's just, I don't know what else to say about it, but that's all they want to do. They just want to take control. Klaus Schwab. Let me tell you about Klaus Schwab, and you can look this up. He is an evil little man, and I can't wait, honestly, for the day that he fucking passes on and dies, if he does, because let's be frank. I'm going to, that's what this show is. It's the hammer drop when the hammer drops. This is what this is. This guy, okay, his father was a fucking Nazi. He's a fucking Nazi. And a socialist. Socialists and Nazis kind of go hand in hand. You can't change your stripes, folks, especially Klaus Schwab. He wants complete control over the world. And that's what all these leaders want, like Bill Gates, Tony Blair, all of them. I mean, Tony Blair was even going off on a tangent about infrastructure and mRNA viruses, getting the jab. It's like, whoa. So it's almost like they, hey, you got to get the fucking jab or you're not going to get infrastructure to your home. That's the kind of shit that these fucking people want. But too many people are wandering around with their fucking eyes closed and not giving a shit. Folks, you need to start caring about what's going on because there's only very few of us left that are speaking out against this. And the time is coming with all these executive orders that Joe Biden has been signing, where it comes from digital currency down the line. He is even talking about getting some in the works to make sure that every fucking American goes and gets an mRNA fucking jab. He's going to try to make that shit mandatory. You don't want that shit. Have you not been paying attention to the news and all these people dropping from heart attacks and blood clots and strokes and all that? That's from your fucking COVID shot, folks. That's from your fucking vaccine. And yet, you blindly, without asking what's in the shot, what's in the jab, you blindly go and take it because they tell you, oh, it's going to be fine. And if you ever notice when you went and got the jab, you know that little booklet that's inside the medicine? It's fucking blank. Why is it blank? Because they don't want you to know what's in it. Welcome to being the human trial for the fucking jab. That's all you guys are that have gotten the jab. And for those of you that did get the jab, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you go get your heart checked because I wouldn't be surprised if you got some clots brewing. And eventually, you're just going to fucking drop. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, again, this is all from our government and how hypocritical they are. I guarantee you, half our politicians, if not more, have not gotten it. And if they have gotten it, they definitely made sure that they did not... See, here's the thing. Let me explain one thing to you. To actually physically get the shot, the vaccine inside of you, they got to shake it. Okay, so that mixes it up in the saline solution. If they just put the needle up on top and pull out, guess what? You're just getting the saline solution. And I fucking guarantee you that's all our politicians have gotten. Bill Gates, I guarantee you, hasn't gotten it. Guarantee you. I remember when he said, vaccines will kill people. Don't you? Maybe you don't. Maybe you should look that up. Look up Bill Gates. That guy, he's fucking evil. He really is. And yet, you all blindly follow these people. There's a attack on natural gas, fossil fuels. They want to try to make the electric grid, more, a lot stronger and all that to be able to usher in this whole, everybody has to have an EV, by this time. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you fucking liberals. That isn't going to happen for 50 plus years. You'll already be dead by the time that actually happens. If not, the next generation will be already dead. We can go 100 years before that actually happens. But, hey, let's just keep pushing it, right? So, and that brings me, I'm done talking about the WEF and how all they want is a new world order, digital currencies and all that stuff. And I'll talk more about digital currencies here in a few seconds. But what I want to talk about now is our friend, the resident of the White House, the worst falsely elected president of all time. Him and his, I guess you can call her a vice president that likes to get on her knees and suck dick to move up. Yeah. I told you, folks, I'm going to be a lot more vulgar and in your face with this show. So if you have, and I probably should have said this before, if you got kids, earmuff the kids or have the kids leave the room because you're probably not going to want them to hear what I have to say today or on any of my other shows until they reach a certain age. So definitely earmuff the kids because this is going to get a lot worse. But Joe Biden, he wants, like I was saying, he wants everybody to get the mRNA vaccine shot. And I guarantee he doesn't have it. But another thing why he's a hypocrite, the infrastructure bill that he signed into law was supposed to, bring infrastructure to everyone. Infrastructure is gas to heat your home, electricity to power up your home, all that stuff. Well, it just so happens everybody's wondering why your gas company or why your utilities are going up in price. Let me explain it to you. I work in the field, okay? I work in natural gas that goes to your homes. And I can firsthand tell you the reason why you're seeing these rate increases from your gas companies, from your electric companies, and so on and so forth is because the funding that they usually get to for the projects that are going on to enhance the grids or enhance the lines go, gas lines going to your home to make it safer. You know, I'll be honest with you, with natural gas, you have cast iron pipe in the ground. You also have some wooden stuff that's still active in the ground in some places, steel. All of this corrodes, rust, and all that stuff, and eventually pops. It'll rust through and you'll get leaks and stuff like that. Well, what they're trying to do is replace that with plastic pipe that can actually last a lot longer in the ground, and it's a lot safer for everybody. Well, I can tell you in the state of Illinois, the reason why your gas companies out here have applied with the ICC to raise rates is because your Governor Pritzker, the federal government, the state government have stopped funding those projects to make things safer. That's why, folks. It's time to wake up. You want to know why your gas bill is going up? You want to know why your electric bill is going up? Well, folks, that's why. Because these companies are still trying to make it a safe environment for its consumers so they don't have to worry about having a meter inside their house or losing electric or getting a gas leak. And, they're trying to make it safer. And our government, well, the all-out attack on fossil fuels and stuff like that, this is what you get. And that's, Joe Biden, I mean, we all know he's just a fucking piece of crap. And this just proves it again. His little bill for infrastructure all around has nothing to do with us. It really doesn't. I guarantee you won't be seeing any of that stuff. It's going to be all for his green energy crap. Because that's what they want. They want you to drive a EV. And the funny thing is, okay, you drive an EV, well, it takes electricity. Well, guess what makes electricity? And I've said this in another show before, and you can look it up. Fossil fuels, coal, gas, natural gas, oil. That is what makes electricity. That's what keeps your nuclear power plants running. That's what keeps other power plants running. That's what helps. Your KV lines that are underground right now, your high power lines are all coated by oil. What do you think is going to happen when oil runs out? well, not even so much oil runs out, but your electric companies needs that oil to keep those lines cool, to keep them flowing with electricity. So we'll never get rid of oil or fossil fuels, folks. Don't believe it. Now, you got all that, and then you got the FBI, Merrick Garland, the DOJ, are very, very hypocritical. And again, this goes on to Biden as well. With all this Biden, classified documents that they are finding, it's funny. Because now they're referencing, and listen to it on the news, they reference, the differences. They try to reference the difference between President Trump and you notice how they're saying President Biden? Hey, folks, Biden had those documents when he was vice president. He kept them when he was vice president, not a president. He had these documents in locations where, one, his Delaware house, where he was renting out that said house to his son for $50,000 a month. Then he had another set of documents found in a think tank in Pennsylvania, which those documents were documents for China, Ukraine, Russia, and I believe Iran. And guess who spent or funded that think tank? China. $14.5 million donated to that. So you tell me that they didn't have access to those documents. Tell me that good old Hunter didn't have access to the documents at the house that he was showing. I mean, hell, it was like taken to the nail to get the list of people that were in and out of that house in Delaware, where those documents were found. And my next question is, so you do all of this, and he's a vice president. Now, being a vice president, you can't declassify documents. You can't do any of that. So that right there is a blatant out treasonous thing that Joe Biden did. And yet, where's the FBI? Where's the windbreakers at? Where are they at? Why aren't they raiding the house? But yet, the FBI and the DOJ are letting Biden's attorneys continue to search through these spots and very well likely probably reading the classified documents and because they don't have anybody watching them. This is what's going on, folks. I don't understand how people can be so blind and believe what you're listening to on the radio, and when they tell you that this is what's going on, it's okay. It's just it is what it is. It's Joe Biden. Trump. Well, Trump did this, blah, blah, blah. Well, hey, folks, let me be honest with you with Trump here, okay? Donald J. Trump was president of the fucking United States of America, okay? All those documents that were at Mar-a-Lago were declassified by him. And when they wanted certain documents back to the archives, guess what? Donald J. Trump, President Trump, gave them back without question. And then you got Joe Biden. I had no knowledge that they were there. How the hell do you not know that you have classified documents in your personal residence or in a think tank that you run? I mean, come on. How stupid do you think Americans are? Folks, that's what's happening today. And again, one other thing I want to touch on is everybody's like, I'm seeing on Twitter and, because I follow like the House Speaker, Mike McCarthy, and I follow a lot of these conservatives and Republicans out on their Twitter, and I see their tweets about, wanting to do this, wanting to do that, and everybody, thousands of fucking people replying and liking and all this stuff because they think it's going to actually happen. You think that the House is going to defund the IRS? Everybody's thinking that. I'm going to be honest with you here. They're not going to defund the IRS without the Senate. And then if it somehow makes it through the Senate, it's going to go to President Biden's, or I should say Resident Biden's desk. And he won't sign it. He'll veto it. And then what? For the next 2 years, don't count on any type of legislation getting through. We've already hit the debt ceiling of $31.4 trillion thanks to Joe Biden and his executive orders. And giving more and more money to fucking Ukraine, which honestly, that goes against everything I believe in, because where's the representation of where my tax dollars are going? Obviously, they don't really care about that. Let's keep on feeding more and more money to Ukraine, which is a bullshit fucking proxy war. It is. Ukraine's just doing the US's, or the regime's, I should say, dirty work. If it's that, or they're just fucking laundering the money, because remember, who here remembers about the FTX, where money going to Ukraine somehow found its way back through FTX and back into the Democrats' pocket? Where's Nancy Pelosi at as well? I wonder if the Republicans are going to actually subpoena her for her involvement in the January 6th crap. Heaven forbid, right? I mean, she's been awfully quiet. We haven't heard from her for a while. There's reason for that. Well, the last thing I want to touch on is Philadelphia Flyers hockey player, Ian, I don't even remember his last name, but he was catching slack because he refused to wear a rainbow shirt or jersey during practice. Why? Why are you giving him shit? It's his choice. It's his First Amendment right to not have to wear that stuff. I am so sick of this new woke generation that's trying to shove this crap down our throats. Listen, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're whatever. You want to be, I identify as this or identify as a fucking dog or a fucking lamppost or whatever the fuck you want to identify as. That's on you. But stop trying to shove it down Americans' throats because we're fucking sick of it. You wonder why people get angry and they're less tolerant of this? It's because you're continually trying to throw it down our throats, and we're sick of it. I'm sick of you trying to throw it down, teach this to our kids at a very young age. They don't need to learn about that. They need to learn about what the fuck is going on in school. Math, history, actual fucking history, science. Not learn about it's okay to have gender reassignment surgery. Leave our fucking kids alone already. I'm sick of this crap. If you want to be gay, if you want to go be a fucking transgender, whatever the fuck you want to do, that's on you. But don't poison our kids or anybody else's mind. If they want to do that, they'll search out for the answers that they need. You need to stop already. I saw a video on Twitter with some transgender saying that a fake I'll just say fake vagina is much better than the real one. I beg to differ. I prefer the real one over a fake. I prefer a real one over a fake one any day of the week. And you just need to fucking go away. Just go away. If you're a teacher, you have no right to teach. You shouldn't be teaching anybody. That's how you think. Well, I think this episode is probably going to piss off quite a few people, and I'm okay with that. See, the fun thing about me is I can give a rat's ass what you think of me, what you got to say about me. I don't care. My show will continue, and it will continue because I have chosen not to want sponsors. I have chosen to do this independently, and I will continue to be independent with this. I fund my show. I buy my own equipment. I don't depend on anybody to get this out. I do all of my work, unlike a lot of other podcasts out there. And this is why I do it, because I can say what the fuck I want to say. And if I get deplatformed, I don't have to worry about paying fines or losing money or losing this or that, because I will never stop speaking my mind. And I will never stop fighting for what I believe in. America first, and that's it. Now, that's where I'm going to leave it, folks. So, if you're listening to this, thank you. Do me a favor, share the episode. Give me 5 stars and a review on whichever platform you're listening to, because that's going to help me get out. Because like I've said before, Facebook, Instagram, all of them have shadow banned me in some shape or form because they don't like what I have to say. So whatever you can do to help me, and the best thing you can do to help me is by sharing and giving me a 5-star and give me a review on the podcast platforms you are on. Follow me on Podbean. I'm there as well. So, and I'll provide all my links down below for our Facebook page. I'm taking off the YouTube page because I'm not going to deal with YouTube at this moment. I'll still have the content there if you want to watch it. But yeah, you know what? I'll just keep it there. So I'll have the content for YouTube that I have up there as of now. Same with Rumble. But I'm not doing any more videos. I'll do some TikTok stuff or short videos. So then this way, to talk about new episodes that are coming out. And that's about it. I'm not a big fan of TikTok, but I've got a little following, which and those some of those people listen to the show. So until they make the transition over, unfortunately, I have to say probably to like Facebook or go to my website and sign up for the mailing list, and you can get a mail blast for whenever a new episode is, and that's Laoch whenthehammerdrops.com. Go there. Until I can get people away from TikTok or whatever, unfortunately, I got to do what I got to do to help get my show out there. So, yeah. All right, folks. I thank you for listening. I will be back next week with 2 more episodes, probably most likely Monday or Tuesday and a Friday. And, well, y'all enjoy your weekend. Until the next time.